Yeah. Yeah. Well, my name is Martin Lewis. Um, I've been in Hawaii for 30 years. Um, married, married to a beautiful Filipino woman, Victoria Lewis, that I actually met in the Philippines. And we have a wonderful daughter who's going to Windward Community College. And she's a very good student. And she needs to get a good grade in this class.
Yeah, that works.
That works. I was pretty shy as a child. Um, it's just, I don't know, we were raised to be polite and not noisy and running around and being a nuisance. And I guess it was a different time when we were kids, and being raised in the South too. Manners play such an important part, where you respect your elders, and you just don't be running around and acting a fool,
Yeah.
you know. My dad was a mechanical engineer. He was still going to the University of Houston when I was little, and I actually remember when he graduated. I must have been 4 or 5. My mother was when she was working, she was a key punch operator that used to make those little cards that they would feed into the old IBM monster computers. And well, after my parents were married and they had kids, she was a stay-at-home mom, and she was a very arts and craftsy mom, and would always cook stuff, and took real good care of my sister and me. And she did whatever she could, and while she was healthy. And tragically, she died when I was 9 years old, and that hit me and my sister really hard. But we came through it, and my dad kind of recovered. It was hard on him too, but we moved around quite a bit after that. And then he got remarried again, and they stayed together for a little while, and that didn't work out too well. And they went separate ways, and I went with my dad, and my sister lived with the stepmom. I guess the role models when I was a child were the astronauts, because at that time, especially living in Houston, we're close to NASA, and that was the time of the space race and the Gemini rockets and the Apollo moon landing. And we actually stayed up and watched the first moon landing on TV. That was one of the memories I had before my mom passed away. That was one of the last things we were able to do as a family, was watch that. It was quite an event. I guess when I was little, and again living in Houston and seeing the astronauts and being close to the space program, and knowing my father was interested in aviation too, I wanted to be a pilot or an astronaut, so just something to fly. But then later on, as I got into high school and got more interested in music stuff, the thing that I always wanted to be was a musician. And because music has always been close to my heart, I guess, because my mother and her family instilled that in me. And even to this day, I play more so now. I play because I like it, not because I'm good. But I still have my guitars and stuff, and still love to play. For most of my life, I've been working in business related to cabinets and countertops, mostly countertops. I love doing it because it allows me to be creative and build stuff. I love doing stuff with my hands, and just being able to do work in something like that. At the end of the day, when you finish the job, you've installed a kitchen or put in a bunch of cabinets, and you stand back and you feel proud of what you've done. You've accomplished something. You've created something beautiful. Well, my 20s, I guess, is probably like a lot of people in their 20s. I was kind of little bit messed up, confused, and of course, probably did things I shouldn't have done, but then got back on track towards the end of my 20s, and my dad had, by that time, he had retired and he was in the Philippines, and I went over. He asked me to come over there and finish my school, so I went over there, went to the Philippines, and that's actually where I met my wife too. And I was going to school there and studying aeronautics, and actually learned how to fly. And but that was tragically cut short too when my father passed away, and I had to return to the States. And so that was at the end of my 20s, and my 30s were spent in Hawaii. From the 30s on, have been here in Hawaii, and doing pretty much just doing what I did for the last 25 years before I got started working at Costco in the countertop industry. And it was just working, day to day, making a living, trying to take care of myself and the family, and just trying to just keep from going insane.
I guess the happiest moment of my life was when I got married to my wife, and we started our new life together. And we had things to overcome, and we stuck with it. Had good times, had bad times, and after a couple of years, our daughter came along, and that's been really great. And she's growing up, and she's in college now, and doing real well, and we're so proud of her. I guess the best thing about being a parent is watching your child grow from a baby to an adult, see them learn along the way, help them through tough times and the good times, because there's plenty of both. And it's satisfying to see them do good things, and it makes you proud to see that they are a good person and doing good in the world, and you want more than anything in your heart is for them to achieve what they want to, and to do better than you have. I think my attitude has pretty much stayed the same. I'm nearing 60, but I still inside feel like a teenager in a lot of ways. I don't feel old. Of course, my body betrays me sometimes. I can't do the things that I used to do, and just from working hard jobs for so many years, there's things that I've had to have corrected that were just giving me constant pain. But overall, my general outlook on life is pretty much the same as it's been. Always have a positive outlook. Everything's going to be fine. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't get stressed out. Stay laid back. Stay positive. Enjoy life. Enjoy music. Enjoy your family. Just follow your heart, follow your head, question authority. The things you see happening in the world around you, change what you can. Don't ignore what's going on in the world. Even if stuff seems trivial to you or it has no bearing, it does in a way. Everything has a bearing on you. You're a part of the world, and you need to be aware of that and do what you can to make your contribution and make the world a better place, and try to leave it a little bit better than it was when you came.